we will be doing will be review. Some of it will be new. Okay, so right away, we've got a right triangle here. We're going to draw the right angle. So this symbol here is something new to you. This is called theta. Theta is a Greek letter, and it's what we use as a variable to represent an angle measure. So yes, this is something new to you. You go on to a class after this one, they will use theta as a variable for an angle measure. It's called theta. It's a Greek letter. Okay, so have you ever seen that before?
Yeah.
That is a mnemonic to remember the ratios of the sides for sine, S sine, C cosine, T tangent. Thank you, those of you who are sitting quietly. So the first one is sine. Sine is opposite. O over hypotenuse, H. And we usually abbreviate it when we write it out. So you will not be able to use this. Just remember, you're going to need to memorize the SOHCAHTOA. Sure.
We could.
So if you learn something, if you learn that in here, then you can. Okay, cosine is what? Adjacent over hypotenuse. It's spelled like this, adjacent over hypotenuse. Let me talk on this triangle here. This theta, your point of reference is we have a stick person here. It's right there at that theta. Okay, the hypotenuse is right here. It's the longest side, the side that's across from the right angle. So what side would be opposite from theta? The one that goes up and down here, this is opposite. Thank you, those of you that are sitting quietly. Adjacent. Right now I am standing adjacent to Henry. Adjacent is right next to. When we talk about adjacent, it is the adjacent leg. Okay? Hypotenuse is not an adjacent leg. It's the adjacent leg. So the adjacent leg, this side right here is right next to that theta. Does that make sense? Okay. So tangent is OA. What does the O stand for? I'm going to abbreviate now, OPP, and then A adjacent, ADJ. Okay, so let's go to some problems.
No.
Still looking at this here? Okay, moving on to number 2. Okay, so we want to find cosine of theta. So I'm writing SOHCAHTOA on the top. So cosine is the C. So somebody in this group. So cosine is what over what? Thank you. So cosine of theta is adjacent over hypotenuse. So here's our person. Which side, same group, which side would be the adjacent leg?
12.
Yeah, then the 9 would be right next to it. The adjacent would be right next to it. That's the 9. Does that make sense? So it's going to be 9 over the hypotenuse, which is, what's this group again?
The longer sides is 15.
15. Can we simplify 9 over 15?
Yeah.
What does it simplify to?
3/5.
3/5. Divide both, and it's 3/5. So we want to simplify if we can.
3/5?
So it's just a ratio of two sides. Cosine, sine, and tangent. Okay, tangent.
Do we need to add the
It's
beta
a variable which represents an angle. We don't know what that angle is. It's the cosine of that is the ratio of two sides. Good question. I know it's a little different. So we want to find tangent here. This group here. Tangent is 1 over what? Good. Opposite over adjacent. So we are finding tan theta, which is opposite over adjacent. We are going to draw our person right where that theta is for our reference. So same group, what would be, which side would be opposite? Opposite. So we're looking from this person, this theta right here. It's okay. It's important that we know. So opposite from that, what side is opposite from that theta? 24 is the opposite. Sorry. So 24, and then what would be the adjacent? 7, that's right. So 24 over 7.
That's going to become equal to.
And that's what tan theta is. We're not doing anything with that. We're just saying tan theta is equal to that. We will be going on and finding angles and sides with that. So go ahead and do number 4 as your U try.
What are we doing on that?
You're doing number 4.
That's all.
Oh, I did it. Wait, come second one. Boom.
So
Go.
when I'm looking for the opposite, the number opposite right now is going to be 3. No, you have 3.
Yeah, she didn't write it right.
Which will go to opposite 3.
Like the sun or sun.
Wait, I thought opposite is.
5. What's opposite 5?
Yeah.
4. The 4 over.
No, because the proofs. It's the proofs.
4 over 5.
Terrible TA.
Yeah, we in the class when you
So your sine theta should be 4 over 5. Okay, we're going to skip number 5. So opposite from this person is this 4 here.
Oh, so how you know it's opposite is when the things.
Yeah, across. And then does it make sense that 5 is hypotenuse?
There you
Okay.
go, dude.
I'm glad you asked.
Do this.
We are going to skip number 5. Let's go on to 6.
so the answer is right now.
Okay, sine theta. So this group here, tell me sine represents what over what? The ratio of? Good. Thank you, those of you who are sitting quietly. Okay, so here's our person. So same group, which side would be opposite from theta? 8. So it's an 8. Do we know the hypotenuse?
No, we do not.
We don't. So how would we find the hypotenuse?
That's the one you got memorized.
Pythagorean theorem. We have 2 of the 3 sides, so we're going to use Pythagorean theorem. So C is our hypotenuse on this one.
sides.
So 6 squared plus 8 squared is c squared. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And then you get 36 plus 64 or 100 equals c squared. What next? Square root. And what's c? 10. So this would be 8 over 10. Is that fully simplified? So it simplifies to 4 over 5. We are also going to skip number 7. We're going to go on to number 8. If you would like me to do number 7 with you, I can do it later. Okay, number 8. Were you still looking at number 6? Okay. Okay, so this may be something that you have not seen. I don't know. So we want to find cosine theta if tan theta is 4/3. So no triangle is drawn for us. So we have to draw the triangle. So we're going to draw a right triangle. Put the right angle down. It does not matter which of the acute angles is theta. So the acute angles would be here or here. Once we decide which one to put it in, then it matters. Or it doesn't matter, you could have labeled it here, or you could have labeled it this other acute angle here. So cosine of tan theta is what they give us. Tan theta is what over what? Opposite over adjacent. So we have 4/3 is our tan theta. So the opposite side from that is 4. So over here, I'm going to draw a little person. In reference, the opposite side would be here, 4. And the adjacent leg is here, 3. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So we want to find cosine theta now. So cosine theta, this group back here, cosine theta is what ratio? Good. Adjacent over hypotenuse. So theta, what, somebody else besides Zuzi, what is the adjacent leg? Looking at this person, which would be the adjacent leg? 3, that's right. Do we know the hypotenuse? No, so how do we find it? Pythagorean theorem. So we are going to take a squared plus b squared equals c squared. So 3 squared plus 4 squared equals c squared. 9 plus 16 is c squared. 25 is c squared. Anybody, what next? Root. And we get c is 5. So our hypotenuse is 5. And so our cosine of theta is 3/5.
You need to show like the steps to find like the.
Okay, so I'm going to do one more example if anybody wants to see it, but I'm going to have Will go ahead and pass out the worksheet. Okay, so again, I'm going to do number 9, so I need you to sit quietly, please. Just a bit. Quiet, please. Thank you. So I drew a right triangle. I named either one of my acute angles theta. Sine is opposite over hypotenuse. So the opposite side would be 5, and here is the hypotenuse. Does that make sense? Okay, so now we want to find cosine of theta. Cosine of theta is this group here, Elijah, your group. Cosine is what over what? Good, so we want to find adjacent over the hypotenuse. So which of these sides, do we know what the adjacent side is on this one? No. We don't, do we? So we're going to have to use Pythagorean theorem. A squared plus b squared is c squared. And so let's make A our adjacent side. So a squared plus 5 squared is 13 squared. Our hypotenuse is always the c. And then simplify. A squared plus 25 is 169. Subtract 25. B squared is 144. Square root, and a is 12. So this side here is 12. So cosine is going to be adjacent, which is 12, over hypotenuse, which is 13. Cosine theta equals 12 over 13.